Hello there, HPE 205. This presentation is going to cover the pedagogical trends in adaptive physical activity or education presentation. So what is the purpose of this assignment? Really, it is to, one, practice your oral presentation skills in front of the class, and to also research a teaching strategy, pedagogical strategy for individuals with disabilities within the field of adapted physical education, activity, sport, or health that supports learning for individuals with disabilities. And so there's two areas of practice that is typically seen within research. These are evidence-based teaching practices, or EPPs, or high leverage practices. So what you're going to do is utilize this oral presentation to be able to explain the specific strategy using a professional resource such as a scholar article, and then also provide some results of the research. So what are these terms? What do they mean? Evidence-based practices and high leverage practices. So evidence-based practices is exactly what the term means, right? Evidence. So these teaching practices have been already researched and proven to be really effective. However, that doesn't mean that people and researchers stop researching it, right? There might be updates or changes. And so evidence-based practices are activities, strategies, or interventions derived from or informed by objective evidence. So this is most likely educational research or metrics provided by a school or a teacher about student performance. And the main indicator of the quality of evidence-based practices is really this evidence of impact with research. And then high leverage practices are instructional approaches that educators in kindergarten through 12th grade can use to teach a bunch of different learners and different content, right? So it's very much looking at universal design of learning, but these are practices that are foundational to effective instruction. They help manage and intervene students' behavior and really support success for students with disabilities within our school setting. So what are the steps to complete this assignment? One, you need to search and select one research scholar article that is examining some sort of pedagogical practice related to instructing students with disabilities. It's really important that this article is a research-based article, and it should come from some sort of professional journal. So I want it to be a peer-reviewed article. Once the article is selected, again, recheck that it's a professional scholar, peer-reviewed research article, and it needs to be within the last 20 years of being published. Then you're going to develop a 3 to 5 minute presentation using a visual support, whether that be PowerPoint, Prezi, Google Slides, and you're going to explain this teaching strategy using factual information from your peer-reviewed journal. And you can use additional supportive resources such as other research studies, websites, or government organizations like CDC or NIH, or specific disability organizations. But it's really important, since we're presenting very factual information, that any websites that are used are actual really valid sources of information. Then you're going to submit your presentation to D2L as either a PowerPoint, a PDF, or you can submit a link to the Prezi or Google Slides. And then the criteria for grading is really looking at your supported visual platform that you're using, making sure there's meaningful pictures on all the slides and limited text, staying within the 3 to 5 minute time frame, and that the article is a valid research article, and also to look at your effective oral communication skills. So where to search? Again, we're looking at peer-reviewed journal articles. So one, no literature reviews. If you pull up an article and it's reviewing a lot of already published research, most likely it's a literature review. However, you could use that article as a support article for this assignment and also look at one single research article from that article and look up that article directly. So it needs to be original research studies. If it's a research paper, it's going to have headings that talk about the methods, the data collection, the data analysis, the results, recommendations, and conclusions. If there's other titles within this article, even though it's a peer-reviewed article that's published by a journal, it may be more of a practical or application-based journal, which I do not want you to use as your sole article for this assignment. Again, it can be used as a supportive article. So what are some journals to look at and search for? One, there's Palestra, there's JOPR, the Journal of Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance, Disability and Rehabilitation, Disability and Health Journal. There's the Adapted Physical Activity Quarterly. And I would say to start by using the WCU-PA library, or you can look at Google Scholar. So when you're building your presentation, right, here is the layout of your slides. Your first one is going to be an intro slide with a title. Second slide, you're going to explain the teaching strategy. What is it? How was it implemented? And who specifically would benefit from this? Slide 3, you're going to explain the actual research article. Who were the subjects? What was the data collection? What tool or assessment was used to collect data? What did the results say? And what was the discussion? Slide 4, you explain how this teaching strategy impacts or supports the specific field, content, or individuals. Think about your MAD document for this. Slide 5, describe your feelings on the research article and strategy to support individuals with disabilities. Slide 6, explain how you would use or implement this strategy. And slide 7 is references. Again, in proper APA format, minimum of one scholar research article, and you can provide additional articles or resources that were needed to build this presentation. Again, make sure you use supporting visuals, pictures, no sentences on your slides. I want it to be very just pieces of information, bullet points. Make sure to increase your font size to fill the entire slide. And I would also suggest preparing speaking note cards or an outline to assist you in your oral presentation. Stay on topic and stay within the time frame of 3 to 5 minutes. Thanks.